Hello everyone. I had two options. I could either go wash the dishes or I could alter some index cards. So guess which one I'm choosing. We're going to alter some index cards today, and I'm going to start with these are kind of more of the jumbo ones. They're a 4x6 size. I'm going to pull one out, and we are going to make these into 3x4 junk journal cards. So because these are 4x6, I'm simply going to start by cutting them right in half. Go to our 3-inch mark, and we've got two 3x4 cards to work with. And I like using these because they have the lines. So we're going to start with just one, and I have an old book page here that I've already ripped out. We're going to use that. And I'm going to just start by flipping this over. I'm going to bring some glue paper over. I'm going to flip this over so the red line is at the top. And I'm simply going to be adding this to this, this old book page. And I'm kind of looking on both sides to see which one I want. And I think I'll go with this side that has more of the words going across it. So I'm going to apply just some stick glue to the back of this index card. And we're going to flip this over onto here and line it up as straight as we can because I don't want my words going crooked on the page. All right, and then we'll just take a pair of scissors and trim this up. All right, let's move these pieces out of the way. And we're left with this nice little sheet that we have a journal side on one side and the words on this side. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to just corner around to this end here, these top two ones. And I'm going to use my ink, Distress ink. Pull another piece of paper over here to do this on top of, and we're just going to go around the edges of this whole thing. And I'm going to flip it on the back and do the same thing for this side. I'm going to leave this Distress ink out because we're going to be using it quite a bit. We'll pull that to the side. And the next thing I want to do is put an edging over here. Let's start layering up a little bit. So I've got a little piece of music sheet here that I've already ripped out of this big piece. It's just a piece that was in my stash. So I'm going to use that. We'll just cut it off right in there. And then I want to fold this in half. And then I want to ink this piece up. I'm going to go down both sides because this is going to show on our back side with the journaling page too. Right, and what I want to do is just glue this right onto this edge. This over and open this guy up. And we'll put glue, stick glue all through it. And then we'll just layer it right in the middle where I've got it on that fold line. And fold it over. We'll snip off these little extra parts here and here. And because I just made that a square, I'm going to go ahead and corner around that one again, just so I have the rounded tops on it. right. So the next thing I want to do is pick out a sticker that I can use. I've been using for these out of this kind of a nostalgia pack. This is from Sticko. And I think I'm going to use this pretty little rose down here in the bottom. But if you've got some die cuts, use whatever you have on hand. And I'm just going to ink around the edge of this sticker. It's kind of a thicker sticker. It isn't doing too much here because it's kind of already got that antique-ish look, but I'm inking it up just the same. Okay, and I'm going to put it towards the bottom, and I'm going to leave enough room there on the bottom that I can put some lace. Okay, and I've got some words here. Let's see how... I think I pulled out my sheet here in case those were ones I didn't want to use. Let's try using this Imagine. I just printed these out. I did a video on this recently. So if you want to see how I did these and printed them out on my computer, you can go back and watch that one. But it's just nice to have some words on hand to use. Of course, we're going to ink this one up too. Trying to make something look vintage looking is all about the distress ink, isn't it? All right, I think that'll look pretty good there. Let's go ahead and, I've just got some tacky glue. I'm going to use some more wet glue to put this on. No reason in particular, just that this was a cardstock piece, so it was a little bit heavier and it'll stick just fine with that. So the next thing, we're done with the words there. So for the next thing, I think I want to go ahead and put some stitch lines on here. And I'm just going to use a Sharpie for that and run a real quick stitch line just around this outside edge. Not necessary, but I think it'll pretty it up just a little bit. And I don't need to do nothing down here because I'm going to add a little bit of lace. But before we add that lace, let's go ahead and make a tab here for the side. I'm going to use this old trusty tab punch, and I think I'll use this as my piece to cut from. It's got some pretty little flowers on it that I think will look nice on the side. So I'm going to fold this over. Let's go ahead and give it a little crease. I'm going to pop this open. And then the folded side goes in. Okay, and I really want to use this paper, but as you can tell, this isn't quite long enough to fit in here. And this is the one that I want to use. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and just do this singly. And sometimes I'll do this if I want a piece where I really like the print that's up in between there. I'll do this on both sides. So it doesn't have to be folded over. It's easier if it's folded over because then you don't have to end up gluing it together. But this piece was too small to fit in there. But I think I can do it this way, and then I'll still have the pretty little roses in there that I'm wanting. So we'll do it this way this time. I'm done with that. And what I'm going to do then now is put glue on this side. And put this on the back. Right in there. And then I'm going to add a little glue to this one. And put it right there. Match it up. Oh, I just remembered I wanted to ink these up first. So, oopie-doop. Let's pull it off. We'll throw some ink on there real fast and then put it on. And it'll be just fine. All right, this back in the same spot, Then we'll have no worries, right? You can't have a little spot not distressed. All right, there we go. I like that better. And I think that's pretty matched up. A little bit more right there. I'm gonna get a little bit. Okay. So now let me get my glue off of there. Wipe that up. There we go. All is well. Now we can carry on. So 2 more things I want to do to this is I'm going to add some lace here at the bottom. I think we're done with the distress ink, but let's add some lace here at the bottom. Let's kind of cut off a piece long enough. And then I'm just going to use the tacky glue for this. Put it right across there. And then we can trim off these edges in just a minute, but I'm going to let that dry. And while that's drying, I'm going to add a couple of little gemstones. Let's see, pull out a couple that are the same color. That will work. Little spots of glue. And I think that'll be just fine. And then lastly, we'll just trim up these 2 spots right here with our lace. Here and here. And there we have the cutest altered index card. Bring these other couple down here. And this all came from the same pack, but of course you can use die cuts, whatever you might have on hand. And I just think these are so cute the way they turn out. So that's it for these, and I guess now I'm gonna have to go do my dishes. But thanks again for joining me today, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.